Hello, and welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration. I need to fix something before I forget, and that is that both of these are supposed to be beaconed. And that is troubling. Put one here and move that somehow. Okay, move that here. I might be able to do that short term. I just needed to craft faster because this is actually a bottleneck. Just making the catalogs. And that's why all of my research is so slow. Actually, this doesn't need to be beaconed at all. Which kind of makes having to place these this way kind of unfortunate, but I have speed modules to spare. Yes I do, so these should be populated. Yes, that's a good improvement. And necessary, because now I'll have the insights crafting. It'll all go better. Ooh, the super cold is a little worrying. Seems like it should be fine. The super cool's coming from here, which this is not beaconed in any way. If I could beacon this one, that would be an easy improvement. But it's going better. I will be able to get this research faster now. I should be. The iridium's a limiting factor currently for some reason. The bots are not an issue. Where is my iridium? I have 13,000 plates. So, I don't know how to iridium then. Is it... just because that... It's because that doesn't adjust for cracking speed, does it? Just... I'm gonna make it work. A lot of insights. A lot of the science ones, I guess they are kind of being eaten up by making the science 2s a little. I have a few steps to research, but all of this is built and I'm not going to start working on the next tier of material science yet, which means I need to focus on something else until these 3 steps are finished. The supercharger I might be able to skip, but I really shouldn't. It's gonna be so good to have. So, I could start thinking on improving my beryllium production. My beryllium is really bad. I went here to fix it, but I instead set up cryonite, not beryllium. So instead what I need to do is expand this. Oh, great fun. Let's change to a random color. So, things to adjust. These are not needed anymore. Those need to be replaced by the super amazing pylons. These might need a little more rail for safety reasons. I have rail signals here. Spaceship walls as well. Med packs. All this is fine. I think I needed that signal transmitter for something. But I cannot remember what. All good. These beacons need to be replaced by the other type of beacon. Eventually. Once I have more of them and I can ship them via trains. Yep, that's quite good. Very happy about those beacons. I'm gonna need to start thinking about space rails. Space rails themselves are rails, the holmium, the catalogs, the steel. If I remember correctly, I would have to ship catalogs down and then ship the space rails back up. But it is a good idea, I think, to make the rails on the ground. Beryllium's a problem still. The current issue with beryllium is I need mining. Mining needs a lot of stuff. I need to also decide where all... One barrel there, that one's kind of low. This planet was not perfect for barrel. I should mine that one. Just mine as much as I can. 1.2k, 1.2 million. 4.6 million. Going up that way is pretty good. That one's easy. None of the ones down here are great. Except for that. That's a lot more train to connect. There's oil though, if I need it. May I connect this one here, which will need me to realign the train a bit. I'll have to turn and go down. Oh, okay, do I have roboports on the plan? I do. Which means that I should be able to get to work on expanding these. And then this can build while I'm away, and I won't have to sit around waiting. That'll take a while to get even to there. Whatever the science is for the better pylons. It needs to be good in this specific context, but they don't fulfill everything. They just provide length. I need the next year of science, and I don't want to do that until I have the elevator, so that's not an option. That will take a while just to get to here. I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to have to do that manually, because otherwise I will lose my mind. Which means I need to prepare to travel. I have enough drills. I don't think I necessarily have enough modules. This does not have modules listed. It really should have. But yeah, I can't change it. 24 times 4 or 5? Oh yeah, this also shouldn't be called pickup anymore. It should be called shutdown. Because it finally ran out. You go to your drop off. I need to get the copper set up soon. But all of these can delay until I have elevators a bit, but the barrel can't because it's already an existing system. Power substations are slow. That is because... It's just because they craft slowly. Okay. That is an acceptable issue. Not being gated by a material is excellent. How many am I saving? I'm gonna save pausing those because they're just super good. This beacon will be temporary, though making a bot mall that has space for beacons might be a good idea. But I don't need this many of those. I probably just don't need those at all. I wish they didn't react so quickly. These logistics systems, these are fine. I guess I can turn it off on all this stuff. That's fine. This is probably enough. I need to add steel chests for when I'm mining materials. I think I will just set this to trash unrequested. As with this one. And that one. I guess I can turn off and on. This one here will be just random junk thrown in, so that shouldn't trash unrequested. This one can trash the unrequested stuff, and this one shouldn't. I do need to check. How is my power? It has never hit any issues yet. It should be fine. They keep going how it is. Got modules, forgot modules. Probably could do with a few more. Take the fractional stacks out. The clamps are kind of something I was waiting for. Those can be crafted here, I think. I don't know if I have the girders, but I might. These clamps are super valuable. Excellent. Be able to get a bunch of those crafted. Limited to 250. No, limit that to 50. That's plenty. Okay. Superchargers are not ready yet. They are currently limited by material 2s. Material 2s are bad. At least partially because if I had a supercharger, these bots would be better. It's part of the issue. Are they struggling to deal with all this scrap? Doesn't look like it. If they are, I should just put a recycler, though. or a recycling machine, whatever it's exactly called. So that will be scrap to landfill, dumping into another storage chest. Oh, hello. What is happening today is I'm going to just try to improve a few things while waiting for the research for space elevators, which will be interesting, because I don't really know how they work beyond, like, descriptions, and it's gonna be cool to learn. It's gonna change a lot of stuff. And I'm gonna get to see stuff. I'm gonna have superchargers soon, it's gonna help a lot. But I'm trying to... Oh, did I not put... That's a secondary issue. I keep forgetting that I actually need to set these values sometimes, which is why I'm not researching at all. But this will take a little bit, during which I'm going to mine more barrel on another planet. I'm just gonna go. If I need more stuff, I can come back. Going to Hagen. But I hope you've been doing well. Hagen, go. It will take a while to fly. These guys are still angry, which is something that I need to deal with. Bombard there, hope it gets some stuff. These are all coming from here, which is partially in range. I kind of want to see if I can do any bio stuff. See what the requirements for Spidertrons are. Requirements are. I can get this loud. Because if I could get a Spidertron is level 1 biological science. Which might be viable. I'd have to do all of the Vitamelange, and I'd need space lasers and heat. Space lasers would be useful. Can't remember what the name is. It's energy transfer based. Using that to blast biters from orbit would be... actually, I do want to research that. It does. It's already queued. Good. I cannot remember what the research is called, though. Oh, there it is. Energy beaming. Yeah, I guess I do want material 3 before I do bio. If I can just laser aliens from space. Superconductive. Most of that looks fine. There's an intersurface energy beam, can be used as a weapon or to transfer power to an energy beam receiver. It draws up to a gigawatt, which is a lot. Which I assume means that each emitter can transfer 1 gigawatt. Energy beam chamber must be connected to the emitter. Other chambers can be connected to the end or middle of either side. Okay, building that's its own deal. The receiver outputs 1 watt? The emitter must be in energized mode and the target must be on the receiver. That'll be cool to see eventually. Energy beams. Umbrella device, energy beaming. It can do this in 2 ways. Either as a way to provide power, or as a cutting beam weapon. Autoglaive mode has autonomous target selection. Which means you can just set it to autoglaive an entire planet, maybe? That would be pretty cool. Just gradually laser everything alive on an entire planet. Ooh. I need to blow up these guys. Because they are actively causing me problems. Nice and simple. Oh, my new stuff is here. Good. Turret range. So those will clear this eventually. These will clear up there eventually. Once they get the ammo. Supercharger is... I guess it spiked up because I had a bunch of stuff collected, but it is slow now. Is it slow? Slow because the science ones are not going there. I don't have significant data. Is that because I broke something? I thought I knew where I was crafting significant data, but... Oh, significant data just isn't fast enough? That's surprising. I could improve the beacon that it is affected by while being careful. I could put a beacon down here. That would... Okay, this beacon here would need me to replace a couple beacons. One thing would not be beaconable right now. This beacon down here would become a problem, as would everything further below. Is it worth the time it will take to work through which beacons to move? Sure. So I know that this beacon will need to go. That beacon, that beacon. All the way down to there will need to go. This one, and this one. Which will let me think about putting a beacon here. It would replace that beacon. I mean, it's constant attrition, but they've actually not gotten very close to breaking through this wall. It's just that the robots rush in as it's shooting in, so they get caught in the crossfire, which causes issues. Where would be the next? Next best artillery replacement would be there. But that has supply issues. So yeah, I should just put it here. the walls could block more if I place them properly, so that it won't splash, I guess. Then I think I'd definitely still lose. It seems like I would probably still lose some of the bots that try to repair the walls right away. Maybe it would do that less, though. Okay, that connects. Just need the power. I can try. Really wish I could select this without having to just do this. A diagonal select would be very nice when building walls like this. Okay. Do a second one just because. See if it maybe helps even more. Oops, not that. Yeah, nothing can get through this. Eventually, though, there's a cool wall type. It's not technically a wall because it's like in the game it seems to be classified as a turret, but it will actually not. I don't think it takes damage. It just takes energy to keep supplied, and that will solve any and all of this attrition. It's just kind of far. It'll exist. It'll be slightly better. I might... No, construction area is fine. Yeah, the laser... emitter? No. Shield projector. That's only material science 3. It's pretty expensive, considering I can't craft any of that, but it's a weird existence, but it'll be cool. Oh, oh yeah! My bots got hijacked by this travel. Which is always a real nuisance. Okay, safest place to land where I won't need to do anything would be like here. But these bots are gonna do whatever they can do. They are very lost. That'll feed off of that power, which is not ideal. There, that'll fulfill the need for power. So, this is a safe spot. I need to build that, apparently? I have no idea why I need to build that. But apparently I do. That's a mystery. Oh, I need to pick up my... I don't know I have those. I need to pick up all my train stuff. Where would those red undergrounds have even come from? Not there. This is weird. Incredibly confusing. build these straight away. Oh wait, no, this can be a tiled straight away, way further down. Which doesn't actually seem to line up properly. Nope, it does not line up here, which means that it is not the correct type of item. This is one mechanic in this game. Well, there's many mechanics in this game that do bug me. I don't enjoy that the... Oh, I can fix this. Nice. Okay, so that goes away. And... Oh, yeah, okay. And that can go there and replace that. I don't like that the clearing of stuff goes away over time. It probably makes sense. For one reason or another. But... doesn't make it any less annoying. Okay, shift 3 gives me a rail there. So, this has been connected. It is all flowing down, even though it should probably be set to go upwards. Oh, and I'm actually, with the space elevator, it feels like I'm close to the point where I do want to set up a mining, some amount of mining in asteroids. Which I still don't know how I'm gonna do that. But it will be interesting. I've kind of it run down, even though it's silly at this point. I want station exit up here. Station entrance. There, that worked better than I expected. I guess so far they haven't ran into as many issues yet, except that addition there might be really bad. Copy. That doesn't line up at all because that section is terrible. Slightly overdone. Those can shoot some stuff along the way. But these guys will attack from there, which is now going too far. Not really the best place to have built this, because if I built it a little further back, then they would funnel in first instead of dealing with pathing. Whatever, I'm just gonna let this happen. Fine, I'm here. This can finish getting built. And now... train loading. And running power lines. Bam. Those are so silly. It's actually such a funny item. In the most mundane of ways, it's like the funniest item in the entire space exploration mod. Okay. Do the usual. I put that too far away. Oh well. Doesn't matter yet. Oh. This will help a lot. My barrel is severely lacking. I will not scale up my production yet because that will be painful. These are not connected because my blueprint is bad. Very bad blueprint. I could fix that without too much pain. Oh, I need more trains. Just place more trains on. Supercharger's almost done. I'll get to see if I can craft those. Those are easy. So they can charge 64 robots at a time. And they can draw 1 gigawatt. My main power area has up to 5 gigawatts. It has never even gotten close to the 5 gigawatts, I think. It's only ever needed 1.5. Whether I have enough steam production to match the turbines, I have not actually done the math. I'm just going to do that. Might as well mine this. These will just get merged because I'm just gonna run this straight up somewhere here. Okay. Just run to the left first, which means these should be going left instead of right. But bad decisions are bad decisions. Fantastic. Now I am going to have better ore supply, which is currently one of the issues. The other issue is very soon I will need to scale this up a bit. Now, I could copy and paste this exact setup, or I could rebuild it with better modules and beacons. Oh yes, I was gonna do it in space, that's what it was. So I'm not scaling that up until I can do it in space. Thank goodness for Factory Planner, because without Factory Planner, I would have forgotten my plan to try and make the beryllium in space. Well, actually, I think the beryllium in space is just the last step with the plan. I did casting stuff, it's 18, and it's still more dense to do it. It's not worth doing in space. It was what I was planning to do, but it's probably not worth it. But it is just a train going up and down. The power draw might be high, but if you have infinite power from solar power and stuff, then the power is completely ignorable. All the initial processing does need to be done on the ground. I guess I should design this. Because I do still have a ways to go till I have my research complete. Supercharger. Ooh, it's gonna be so good if I just fall. That's good. Ooh, amount of holmium, or is it just slow? It's just kind of slow. Okay. This is not filling up. This is not filling up. Something broke. I don't have those, which means it's not broken. It's just not getting ionite delivered. Because I didn't set this up to launch. Launch on cargo full. There it is. Fixed it. Very quick. Forgot that I didn't set that up properly. I wanted to let it run a bit, I guess. That's fine. No problems have arisen from that. Did this ever do anything? I don't think so. It's gonna stay there. Very lost. I don't know if I've shipped a single thing of water ice this entire time, and it feels kind of sad. The missed opportunity, because it just hasn't been necessary at all. It'll be done soon. Wait, I can just rip this out now. Space elevator is about 50 minutes away at current speeds, maybe more than an hour if the speeds drop. Oh, okay, yep. So this is gonna stay there, and I'm gonna make a better version down here. This one seems bad. Yes, it's a very slow supply because my blueprint is bad, and I didn't put modules in the blueprint. Those are tier 2s, not tier 3s. I continuously delay updating blueprints. And this is one that really does need to work properly because I use it everywhere now. That iron is very weird. Gotta fill the last bit of productivity down here. This is all mining just fine. This fills up at a reasonable speed. I might need to set up another one of those. If I check this, I've got 72 drills. This suggests that I only need 88 drills to keep up 200 beryllium per minute. Some of these are not running. If half of them are running, then 16. I should have enough drills for at least a little while once I build this new setup. Maybe I just build a new... No, I shouldn't build a new train stop. I should just work with what I have. If it can fit. Can't fit here though, I just build on this side. That's way easier. Just open, dead tundra. Much easier. I don't need the train tracks. They're called rails. All my accumulator energy's gotten absorbed because my production's too low. Which is just because this just isn't enough. Well, that isn't enough. I have a few more turbines that I can put down. I can also condense this base a bit. So I could get more out of the area that I'm using. 20 more. That's what I need. So, how's the power now? It should still not be enough, but it's better. I didn't actually think about that. Turbine. Yep. Oh, no, no. This should not be connected, though. So. The turbine here. I'll need to pick up more turbines if I want to scale up the beryllium production, so... I can design the beryllium, but I can't... Yeah, 2 hours is what the space elevator is going to take, so that's a little distant. I can probably design the beryllium, just can't connect it to power. 27, 34. That's all those. I need a stack of those. And that's it. I'm really skeptical. How many did I use here? Not many. I guess this wasn't actually that hard to put together, it just felt difficult. But then when I compare it to this or this, it kind of puts into scale that the only reason this felt even remotely difficult was because it was the first of these metals that I made, and it was not actually that complicated. So, first I need... Oh, interesting. This doesn't do the classic crushing. It actually does turn the barrel into the sulfate in a chemical plant. Cool. I can do 20, which will mean 5 and 5. Oh, 10 and 10. I can also do 5, 5 times 2, depending on spatial constraints. Sulfuric acid in, water out. Water can be fed into the next step, which will be 8, so 4 and 4. And 2 by 2. This has water and cyanide in the output liquid, so you probably want to... Oh, that's going to be quite convenient, I think. The item input will be its own deal. This will probably just be liquids in like that. This feels like this should be really simple. I guess I do need the input at the bottom. Oh wait, but is this... This is water negative. Okay. No, this is water positive. Which means I just need to vent excess water. And then these will feed to there. Then I can deal with venting water later. Water granite will be supplied in a variety of ways. The belt, that's very low belt usage. Wow. Probably do run 4 belts input, even though I only need 3. Because it'll be easier to split evenly. There. This will split from an input. Except it'll never be nice if I don't. A split never looks nice. Really wish it could be 3 wide for 1, but there. I need to figure out how I'm going to beacon all this, which will be easy. Chemical plants. I have an entire 1.2 extra chemical plants, 1.6 extra chemical plants. I need 1 extra chemical plant for the next step, which is liquid in, solid out. Liquid is there, so I want... should be basically the exact same. Boop, boop, boop. Water at the top. Items out. Items out there. Go to the water's fine. Belts. These belts probably just merge. But if I just place these closer together, I won't need to. I probably would be best suited to run a belt down here. I shift all this stuff inwards. Water won't be quite as convenient. But it means that I could link the whole water system easily. In case of bad distribution, it shouldn't cause any problems. I mean, space elevator is actually not even going... I mean, it's almost half what it should be, but it's a little more than half what it should be, so it's still actively things going slower than they should. And I want to check that real quick. Material science should be making 20 per minute. Easiest check is... which bits are... Impact shielding's at 8.8, so the slowest is currently the tensile at 4.3. The tensile should be at 8.1, so tensile is below its necessary speed. Why? Well, currently because it's doing nothing. That's working at... oh, I forgot to check. Wanted to beacon somewhere down here. Can't really beacon this, so this might be a problem. This cooling is designed with all the beacons. The beacons are not all there, but maybe they... These are beaconed 8.48. These are 50% better. It should be fine. Even if they're not all how they were designed. Where is this? What is the current problem? Tensile strength is fine. Compressive is fine. That one's fine. Thermo? Both thermos are fine. It looks like the issue is just in the end processes. Or was it significant data is the problem? Did I just... Okay, so I should be making 10 significant data per minute. I'm making more than that. That shouldn't be the main issue. Except if other sciences are being crafted. But I don't think they should be. But they are? Why is the astro... Oh, is it because... Okay, because I'm running all three at once, and that's what's draining more of the significant data. That was under... not accounted for properly. But my other option, if I could add another significant data computer, or I could set up crafting for the tier 2 supercomputers, maybe, and that would double the speed. Wrong bot. Supercomputer. I don't know if I have the necessary processors. Yeah, how do I make these quantum processors? Quantum. They are made in electromagnetic facilities. I'm just gonna place that in a space. It's not gonna go here because I don't... Yeah, that won't fit nicely. Temporarily, that will go here. Doesn't need any liquids. This cannot be anything but sped up. Then I can make a storage. Yeah, I don't need more than this. Doesn't need to be anything more than that. I'm going to increase this because I'm going to need a lot of these crafted, and I don't want it to be slowed down by stuff being annoying. There's that. That can craft me supercomputers. Supercomputers. 10. No more than 10 tier 2 supercomputers. Quantum supercomputers. That should hopefully solve my significant data issue. So I am short on astronomic insight. These don't work anymore, which is intentional. Where do... insight should be crafted here? Yep. I'm gonna increase that just a little. This should have enough insight. It's just not filling it up as much as I would like. I'd always just rather have a little extra. That looks fine. I think that being an active provider is safer. No, it isn't safer. Both have issues. Active providers will send them into random spots. They don't have stuff sorted quite or controlled quite right. This computer is still pretty far away, so I can focus on this again. Physical items output. This belt was just used for spacing purposes. That will line up there. This will all come together because it's supposedly less than a single belt, I believe. Nope, that's not less than belt. That's the only one that's actually not dense. Okay, keeping those separate's fine. 2.6 means 3 each of these. 2.6 divided by 4 is less than 1. Okay, good. Although divided by... no, it's divided by 2. Divided by 2 is over 1, which means that if I have... I do need split belts for this. I can't have the same belt shared between 2. Oh, that's a shame. Should have done my math better. I think this is still worth changing. Oh. Hello. I hope you're doing well today. On those. This will all work. Then these need to run into the melting guys. I need 15. I can do 16, which would be 4 per belt. Two, 3, 4, just to space them. These there. There, and there. Each belt will feed in just fine. The symmetry's a little... the symmetry's perfectly fine. I just don't love the spacing. But these should be... oops, misclick. Bullets are probably dying in the same spot as well. Oh, that's more deaths than normal. Because the power is not being supplied because I didn't place it correctly. Excellent execution. Should just put one of these. Alright, that'll be fine. Nothing should break. Plenty of walls to hold off. Power will be... wow. I mean... that's... every time. It's just kind of silly. Only need one. Ooh, I beacon these. It's not centered nicely, but I can put one beacon to beacon this whole block if I ditch the water connection there. That will beacon everything but the top area, which is That's acceptable. I'm gonna place this just for my own sake. These are all productivity. These are also, these will be a lot better. So I'm going to 16 of these as a direct comparison. Okay, so yeah, it's more than double the melting. Yeah, probably beacon there. Much easier to keep it out of the way. If I swap this, do it on the land instead of in space, I can only speed boost, I can't productivity. The 18, which would be 9 and 9, or round it up to 10 and 10. I am on just a planet within the space exploration mod where the planets are much more random. Unlike, I assume, you're thinking space age. This is just a planet with the name of... Oh, this might even be a moon. Called Hagen. Split, move, split. Inputs are needed. Copy that. This is a planet that is all about a cold resource called cryonite and this barrel that becomes an important metal, beryllium. I have played Space Age. It was about a year ago. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to play through. I think the very end game part, it lost my interest. Once you technically beat the game, there's more you can do. But that didn't appeal to me. But other than that, there were bits that were difficult, but it was pretty much always fun. And it added a nice, each place felt different, and that was enjoyable. I need 2 physical inputs. 0.8 divided by 4, 0.2. Okay, I can use half the belt for both. That's fine. So this will feed in here, which will be kind of awkward. This beacon won't be able to fit here if I don't just shift this up a little. I think I can shift it 1 tile without issue. I think Space Age felt like it was... You get the planets, you learn the unique thing about the planet, and then for me it felt like you get the resources, you set it up once, you're good on that planet. Where space exploration so far, and there's still a lot left, is much more time. It's a lot more having to actually like iterate and improve. Okay, it didn't hit there. Each planet instead of... Like, I think after I didn't have to make a ton of changes, like my Volcanus setup, after I first went there in Space Age. I think maybe if a change or 2 here and there, but it felt like expanding more than improving. Where this, because the planets are so kind of varied and not exceptionally curated. Like, I think there's stuff that is guaranteed to occur, but you can make, oh, this planet is good for this is good for that, in a way that you have to actually decide. Where Space Age, everything had a set role. These are the wrong... I need actual physical outputs of this as well. Space Age is sort of... everything has a preset use case. Which is still... fun. Did I do the spacing wrong? Why is that spacing different? Oh, because I have an extra link there. Okay. That makes sense. Oh, yeah. Okay. And yeah, you should definitely enjoy it, because it's definitely simpler than space exploration, which can be good or bad, but it's much more approachable. You'll have a good time playing it. Those connect those two. And sure, do that. Click there. Take this. Rip this out. And replace that. That'll be better. Now I have physical input or physical output? Probably input. The input is high. Oh, I already spaced that for input. This should be output. Okay. Input, output. Output is simple enough. I can go pick up my missing stuff. My research is 50 minutes away. Will that be done in time that I can do anything today? Yes. If it doesn't break. Ah, it's goofy. As long as nothing breaks, I should be able to... Okay, I can let these bots deal with their struggles. I should be able to mess with space elevators today. I have time. It will be interesting. I have to think about how stuff will link together. I don't know where, like, here is on the main planet. I'm not done being built. Because I simply don't have the resources. Okay, input, output needs belts. I mean, this is pretty straightforward. The spacing will get adjusted later. This does help with this, though. If we do this, yeah, it does that, so that won't work. So I will have to make at least one of these. Okay, if I make them both turn, that's better. That will feed one side, then I actually have to feed these, which currently wouldn't work with how I have it laid out now, but for now, I'll just think about it. This is supplying cryonite. That will have to come from further to the right. This is a lot smaller than I thought it would end up being, so I can probably build it in a more convenient location. I could even build it like here, if there weren't the core miner. But the cryonite here can be split off down. That would be easy enough. So come from the right. I need a fraction of a belt. I need 0.034 of a belt, which means that I could align it, but I can't because this needs to be on the right, this needs to be on the left. So I can't prepare it beforehand. I'm kind of thinking what goofy ways I can do this. Kind of intentionally silly. If I can do like... I don't think I can do anything with that, because that would need an underground belt to do that step. And obviously I can just move this to the left, and that makes it all easier. But it also makes it kind of boring. Split it there. Split up here, split it again. Don't have enough space. Actually, no, I do. That's fine. There. There. Move this over one. And that supplies cryonite there. Very glad that made it far enough. Didn't actually need to highlight that because this is much simpler. Put it on the left. Just do it the easy way. Flip it horizontally and then fix it. Okay, so I want this to be as symmetrical as possible. This needs to be, this would be there. Doesn't seem right. This should be there, which is there. Which is fine, okay. That'll split, that'll fill everything, that's good. That should distribute fine. It does not look great. I'm not gonna look at it much, so I'm gonna live with it. This will input there. I'll need to source water, which will be from that little lake. Boom. Items in. Physical items in from the outside. Liquid items out. Liquid items. Liquid. There. Physical liquid. This water is currently going nowhere. And going up is not ideal, so I'd probably send that down, actually. Send it down, send it left or right. To get rid of excess. To figure out what might need to feed back. So this step produces 1.8. Which is the very first step, because that's from the sulfuric acid. The acid is interacting with the barrel, producing water and sand. This uses more water than I have initially, but then so I do need to feed back the powder to the hydroxide. Which means that I just shift this stuff up, and that's an input. Shift this up, then I can hook up the water there. And that will output, go here. I will probably then need to make sure that's hooked up. And as long as all the water is connected, which it is currently not because that's sulfuric acid, that's why that's not hooked up. Oh, it doesn't line up anymore because this is wider. Okay. Which means I probably add kind of goofy belts there. And now all the eventual water will be connected there, and I can deal with it as necessary with a pump that I don't have in my inventory. Tank to manage said pump that will go into a boiler, which is in the top left red chest. This has now reminded me, am I running low on vulcanite? Not yet. Electric. Learned spell. Electric is spelled with an I. Boiler. Oh, and the pumps that I need too. Nice. Very practical. So that will go 1, 2 there. Pump goes there. Restrict its power based on water. Only turn on if water is greater than 2,000. I missed a 0. Then that will boil. That's in power range. It's fine. Input, input, output, output. Beryllium powder's fine. Everything is still beaconed. Powder's out there. I put these backwards. Excellent. This is producing beryllium, molten beryllium. Now I need to rotate these to supply. Oh, but these. Nope, that one? No. I want the molten beryllium to go out the right side? I think I do beryllium in the middle. And then beryllium there. So beryllium here, pyroflux, pyroflux, pyroflux. This will all be... Oops, I pressed V at some point. Or no, X. X is the button I pushed accidentally. I was gonna put that, I should just run it here. No sense in adding an extra pipe just to put it closer to the side that it doesn't need to be closer to. Boom. There is that. Oh, I didn't. Oh, it's the weird thing that I only noticed last time I was playing where if you change the facing of the thing, it doesn't adjust until it has power to move. That's all fine. I can't actually run any of this, it will cause problems. Not enough power, but that'll supply just fine. I guess I can just run... Pyroflux on each side. No reason to do that. Remarkable. And I can just move stuff more. I don't really want to. Move this guy up one tile. It doesn't hit any of the ones at the bottom. If I move this whole thing down one, I guess I just have to move it all. I'll do that, move it there. And these will go... Up one's not enough, I can move up two, but that shouldn't be a problem. Nope, that is all. Oh no, that is fine. Good. So these are beacon. Beacon. This can move further up now, so it doesn't actually need to be there at all. It can go all the way up to there. Positives and minuses. Everything has its benefits. There. So this will feed up somewhere. Okay. Very simple. Space up. Okay, space elevators are currently facing an issue in the research pipeline. I'll just line up there. Why has it died? So, Science 1. Science 1 significant data. Significant data is still fine. Is it the other sciences that are the issue? It's basic space science packs because I don't have enough stone. Remarkable. Because I don't have enough of those, which means this is not being refilled right now. Why don't I have enough of these? I don't have enough rocket control units. I don't have enough rocket control units because I don't have batteries. I don't have batteries because I just don't craft them fast enough. Yeah, I don't craft them fast enough. I have new recipes for these, don't I? Or no, there's no better rocket control unit, but there's a better battery? No. I'm surprised there isn't an improved battery recipe. Better cargo rocket section recipes. And like, I could just for now do that to get this moving. And I have a ton of those packed and those that I could convert. And it's a big backlog that's kind of its own issue. Now this will be there, which will let this start actually requesting stuff again, which will let it fulfill the desire for 4,000 stone. There's stuff I need to fix with this. This system has flaws. gone unaddressed for a long time. But we'll fill up eventually. Then I will get my science. And it should hopefully be done in an hour, I hope. Okay, what? What is missing? There's definitely something that I've forgotten. Beyond the 18 casting machines, those are obviously not here yet. Those might not be in my spaceship. They are not. Which isn't really surprising, considering the spaceship's mostly here for generic stuff. So I should leave and come back, I think. Before I do, is there anything else that I'm missing? It seems to be running fine, so that's acceptable for now. Casting machines are missing, which is 9 per... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just do this actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That'll be better because that will be just easier to work with. Get it centrally located. I can then put a big chest here. Just grab all the junk and store it. I think I'm missing sand output though. You need a net. This actually is the net loss of sand. But I also didn't place sand output properly. Yes, that does not have a sand output. Which I have space for them. Due to absolute just chance. So I can adjust stuff more. I don't think this will work. Yes, I cannot output sand this way. I could, however, sand there, but then there's issues. Another one. Let's go fix this. If I shift that... Nope, still doesn't work. Nope, it does work. I just need to not confuse myself. If I leave it how it is, but replace those... Get rid of that. Have a belt there, and then all of my sand goes down, then to where it needs to go. It'll be fine. There are probably many potential issues that could arise. That I'm simply ignoring for some reason. But if I can't figure out what those issues might be yet, I can't really foresee what I can't foresee what the issues would be. Except for the fact that my copy pasting did not work properly there. I missed a spot. Yeah, that's fine. This needs to be shifted up. This needs to be that. At least for once I didn't miss this. These will be the sand outputs. It should be good. The sand output is 0.1. Yeah. Should be fine. Should merge it all and then do what's needed. It is needed in the casting machine and in the chemical plant for pyroflux. Where am I getting my sand? Ah, I'm supplying the sand for the pyroflux, at least partially from chest. That makes sense. Could I run the sand up to here? Not really. So splitting the sand left and right is probably fine. But I want to merge them because if things don't split properly, if something breaks, it might be better. Well, I mean, if nothing actually overlaps, it should be fine, I think, to run each belt of sand individually. That's one minor annoyance. Just move it here. Yes. Splitting it should not be. It shouldn't introduce any new issues. To make sure I have coverage for that, and I need to check real quick. Superchargers. You're gonna get replaced. And I'm gonna see how this works. It seems to have maybe it has the normal robot space? It doesn't. What does this mean if I set something, though, if it doesn't have space in it? Does it mean I can filter it? Or does it just do nothing because it simply can't work? It's a RoboPort that's been modified for the charging system. Charger. Isn't really drawing anything. Try replacing 2 more, which seems unnecessary to replace more, but I don't know how these behave. I assume it's just they charge, which means that they charge. It's very simple, but I don't know what the logistics thing is all about. Maybe there's a description here. Doesn't look like there's anything, okay. I'm wondering if they just have effectively an aura that charges stuff, which might be the case. I could freeze... It's the way to pause, but... I'm assuming that it's... I mean, no, that guy walks past. It's clearly not that they just passively charge stuff. But then the bots are not picking the superchargers to charge. Which means that I need to rip out all of those, maybe? I can see them stopping at these briefly, presumably to charge. Which must mean that it is an issue of they don't actually prioritize them. I'm thinking, like, over time, my current base, I'm not going to make the central mess of the base. I'm not going to replace it. I'm going to kind of try to work with it. But a lot of stuff is going to become, like, outer train blobs to just deal with it, which might be effectively making a bigger base. Like, a lot of stuff is going to become decentralized instead of tied up in this mess. Like, I need to put batteries at a train station and stuff. But I'm not gonna make a whole new, starting from scratch, carefully designed base. Do I just rip all of these roboports out? Can charge 64. Construction area radar. They can't store robots. They need to keep some. Simply confusing that they don't prioritize these fast ones. Satellite rocket silo. Which... So rocket science, you mean... There's too many science types, and I don't remember their actual names. Do you mean the orange rocket science? And like, I haven't made any in a long time, but the rocket science is, yeah, you get the, because it's very disconnected because it's unnecessary. It's basically sending, the navigation satellites go up. You can set a landing pad that you can choose from to land in. So this launches the navigation satellite, which makes them land up in this named landing pad, which then feeds it into this crafting system that really should have been updated a long time ago. That really has easy ways to fix it. No beacons built here too, but it hasn't been necessary. Like, yeah, this, other than a few moments, this has been way more than enough of this science. Occasionally it needed more, but not very often. Okay, I need to make sure these bots stop circling me. And then go back to Novus. Go. Because when I did... Originally I didn't have a second landing pad. I just let it... You know, I think naturally when you start it, it just drops in the capsules. And that... The amount of telemetry needed per... like, pack is reasonably low. I just did it manually. I just had a chest that I filled manually occasionally, and it got me far enough. Okay, now. Currently the science is low, but it is going. Everything looks fine. This one's running, this one isn't. This one's going. Why is this one not going? Missing science packs. It's missing energy ones. I'm short on energy ones. Why? Because I'm low on energy catalogs. And I'm low on energy catalogs because I modified my beacons. But they still hit. Why? No, that was intentional. Okay, the insights are crafted here. I'm short on blank data. Short on polished data. Okay, I'm short on a bunch of stuff there. Which is again, in part because of this. Entities are missing. Construction. Cinza. Cinza is this one. Where is this one angry? Down here? Yeah, fair enough. Should probably fix that. Okay, this is properly launching. No, not that one, this one. I need a lot of the rough data storage. But my current issue will be solved once I have a space elevator, if I can set it up in an effective way. Because the issue is that I don't have enough rocket components to launch as many cargo rockets as I need. Space elevator will solve that. Especially for tens of thousands of rough data storage substrate. That, the copper, both of those need to be dealt with. Stone, copper, and rough data storage will be the most important to get onto a train. Which means that I need to set up a train stop for the rough data. Go to Novus, rough data, give me one beltful. That's a lot of iron. But productivity with wide area beacons can get me 43 assembling machines to make enough. It's a ton of scrap. But 8.1k iron and 4k glass per minute will need more, considering my glass production is 2.7k. So I should probably just tone that back a bit. I don't think I need that much rough data storage. Easiest check. Rough data. I'm getting by with 200 a minute. I don't need to increase that by more than 10x. So let's edit this. Tone it down to about 500. Much more reasonable. 8 assembling machines. I'll probably make a train stop for it. because then I can scale it up later. But it will not be a complicated train stop. Still 3 minutes away. Research is 40 minutes away. I can learn. So rough data storage needs to be improved. And I need to make a train stop for it. I could make a battery train stop. I am out of vulcanite here. I do need to make this ship automatically, which I can do. This is cryonite rods. This is vulcanite blocks. This should be changed names to vulcanite. And now that should ship. Automatically. Launch on cargo full, launch disabled, doesn't have enough rocket fuel. Which is fine. That is something that I should probably improve. If I have excess petroleum, I should be turning it into rocket fuel occasionally, just so that I can have more rocket fuel. It's not a complex choice. But that is a ton of petroleum gas. I have to do circuits for this. I need more solid fuel, and then light oil. The rocket fuel. Nope, wrong one. Solid fuel. Take the solid fuel. I will need a pump to control this. Very basic control. Basically only turn this on when this is completely full. Petroleum greater than equal to 24,500. And that will be collected and then put into here. Symmetry there. That will get me potentially some more rocket fuel. These are beaconed, good. These should probably also be beaconed or moduled. Don't think I have spare beacons to put here, but I can place it preemptively. I don't have spare belts here. Wow. Interesting. Anchor on Novus. Land there. Nice and safe. So, the Vulcanite got delivered. It needs to output here. I should do the same with Cryonite soon. Cryonite planet. This is set to launch Cryonite rods. Plural. Plural. That's a silly mistake. So, this is not needed anymore. should not be needed anymore. This will be where beryllium goes. This goes to the landing pad called beryllium ingot, which I should probably call ingots, but cargo full will not happen anytime soon. I haven't actually sped it up, I just have made it run at all. This will need some work. That can wait a bit. Why? Because the cranite's slow. Granite could be beaconed. Oh, my granite's so bad compared to what it could be now, with all the beacons and productivity that I could be using. Yes, 400 per minute. If I aimed for quadruple that. Oh, wrong one. Granite. Oh, call that cryonite. Aim for 1600. It would be much more approachable than it would have been back then. Yeah, 16 of those. 9. Twice as many of the various steps. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to do this now, so I really shouldn't be spending the time organizing this. Because I'm just going to yeah, that would not be bad to build now. Now supplying the necessary or yes, would be not as bad as I thought. Way less bad than 105 normal mining drills. Yeah, that's significantly better. And that'll be a project. Pylon substations, superchargers, wonderful. You just need to sort of disperse superchargers throughout base. I could probably... I don't know why there's this many here anymore, but... Superchargers dispersing will provide good... It'll help with some of my robots supplying. I'm really glad they're the same size. If they became 5x5 for this, it would have been a real nuisance. Yeah, if I just identify where they stop to charge the most and just replace it with this, it will improve the bot efficiency by a reasonable amount. These, I want them to have bots in the area, but I don't think that might be an issue. Because when they choose to charge at a normal roboport, it... Maybe this will stop them? Nope. It makes me lose my mind when they charge at the roboport instead. Because it's just a waste of time. Just very weird. Maybe there's something I'm missing. That's fine. I mostly just want this to be ready, but I'll probably try to get higher tier productivities. I could use some of... Oh, I can't. Okay, that makes it much easier. I don't have Vitamelange in any way yet. Okay, I can get the casting machines to... Casting basins? Nope, machines. For that other planet. I'm full on fuel, good. I should stop in orbit and upgrade my solar panels while I'm there. And I stole a couple bots again. It is a classic issue. How's my... Oh yeah, that's more flat solars stored up than I need, but I don't need that many stored up, but I want them. Because this will be a lot of power that I can launch via lasers eventually. Okay, now. Has this... become properly... Ah, wait, I have new power pylon types. So I can... Just to get it started, I'm just gonna replace that. And go... there. Figure out... I wish this was slightly easier to keep track of. Okay. Line there. So that is the very bottom corner. Draw this straight up. Very top corner is there. Okay, it's not going to perfectly fit on the corners. If I go across this way, it's going to be the same thing, where it's not going to be perfect. Which means I'm going to have to worry about how these will tile with one another. Nope. It's going to suffer. Outer square. I just let them overlap like that, it should be fine. If I let them overlap like that... I mean overlapping like that's necessary anyway, okay. That's acceptable. Okay, the overlap's unavoidable. Good. This will give me all the power I can ever need. Yeah, and one lost in the middle is fine. This will... Oh, and then I have to... Roboparts. Superchargers provide the extended reach. I'm gonna keep this a totally separate level. See if I can sort of just use superchargers up here. I think so. And that will we'll just copy with one there. The right side is showing. That will go. Will this work vertically? Uncertain about the supercharger reaching where it needs to. That's 2 tiles down. That should be fine, I think. Yeah, 2 tiles down, that should link. But it doesn't do... it said it did construction, I thought. Does it not? It does, I didn't give it power. But then I didn't get close enough. Where is my stuff? There it is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Build that. This should be fine now. Just won't be able to build. I don't think that step will be able to be built properly. This can't reach everything because it's off-centered. It's flawed. It'll work for now. It'll let me get a bunch of power and with only a little bit of micromanagement, but probably necessary to copy one less. Copied. This, I'll do that. Okay, that's where that connects, right? Right there is where it connects. Good. The vertical connection's fine, but it can't build all of itself, which is an issue. Vast solar arrays will be kind of fun to have up here. I probably want... I don't know, maybe try to aim for 10 gigawatts. I have 10 gigawatts, I can fire many lasers. Many lasers, I can do a lot of stuff. But I was here to refill my ship. Better solar panels, and now I can leave. I do need to start setting up some ion stream production in a place where I can refuel ships. Is this ion stream? Oh, this ion stream's actually completely accessible. Almost like I planned it. Which, if it weren't completely impossible for me to have planned it, because I just don't plan ahead like that, I could trick myself into believing that I might have thought about it. That should be enough of a buffer for now. It's actually probably the wrong type of buffer though, because ion stream stuff. Oh, that's iron. Ion. The ion stream can go into Spaceship ion booster tanks, which have a storage volume of 10k. Which seems like that should be worse than a tank. Okay. It's good to check. I'll have to figure that out. How am I gonna deal with the ships? This is gonna go away because that's good. This is ship land. This buffer chest is horrendous. Terrible design. Okay, yeah. Research died. This time it died because I don't have the necessary material 2s? No. I don't have the energy 1s. Bill. Which is still significant data. Which is material insights now. Which is material catalogs. Material catalog is hot thermodynamic. Hot thermodynamic is material testing packs. Material testing packs are stone. Which I think I should address a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna have. It's gonna double that. You know what? I'm going to. This whole thing should just be a specific request. I'm going to add iron, 60 iron, 36 plastic, 36 stone, and 36 copper. Not 36, 30 copper. To replace, to just sort of scale that up a bit. I didn't put another request for the material science, the materials needed for the material testing pack are still under requested because those won't be needed in space for much longer. A lot of iridium-based stuff. Gonna make me want to check how the iridium's going. And it's going great. Am I auto shipping that? I am. I actually set that up correctly for once. I'm shocked. I just need a faster way to input this. If I left myself more space, I could link. This could be over to the left. It could go into a big chest. It could go into another big chest. Oh, this is a modded, space exploration mod for Factorio. It is a lot, for sure. A lot goes on in it. I can move this. I don't want to mess with the circus. I don't want to shift stuff too much, but I could move into a chest, and from a chest to another chest, feeding into here too. Oh, but increasing my input speed to the cargo rocket's not important because I can have space elevators soon. which will reduce this extreme resource drain. Liquid rocket fuel's needed. I don't have any liquid rocket fuel in space. I can make this work eventually when I have a train, but right now basically it's using this as a big chest, which is a bad idea. A chest here. Now I'll be able to send this stuff back down via trains to the planet, which will help a lot. And I should have carried superchargers up there. This space would definitely benefit from having some of these. But did I set that up? Okay, that's never gonna actually be used, huh? I'll leave it there for now, but it's never gonna be used. I think I should just redo. Just went up, go back up. Because yes, that is actively an issue that they can't charge fast enough. Probably clear out those in the hopes that they charge properly. These robots do charge very quickly at these superchargers, which is great. This is fine. Is my... Yes, my research is going now. 40 minutes. Okay, I might just barely get it done today. It will be way closer than it should be, but it should be doable. I should steal some beacons while I'm here. Just chill in space for a bit. Main range, good. So, this is built. This is not. It's just something like that. Just make everything smaller, which is kind of a shame. See, they just don't build quite far enough. Is it because normal roboports have a higher construction range? They do, okay. I assumed they'd have similar, but actually 64 by 64 is smaller. Neat. Okay, now I'm gonna have to change how I design this. This will have to build one and was too close. Need to get the distance right. That is the width that I'm going to have to work with if I want this to be able to build smoothly. So, that, and copy that for the moment. That could all build there. It should be able, actually, it should be able to reach that. And build all that just fine. It then would need to share with this. For the sake of spacing, I can do that. Oh, that was not quite right. So that's there. I should move it closer like that. Do that so I can keep track of the info. 1, 2. This is how wide? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 there. It's 5, which means it's not great if I want it to just be a nice solid block. And I'd have to do 3 with the overlap, which would cut, if I cut away 2 on this side, and 2 on this side, and the same on the top and the bottom. That should work. I'm gonna do that for now. Space, solar, and save that for now. It's good enough. It has its issues, but less issues than my current system that I was setting up. I can leave space for one of these, just to make it work. It's gonna be a little bit wasteful, and it could definitely be optimized more, but it will be neat and tidy, which is what I want from a giant array of solar panels. It's going better than I thought. Will I have to do space elevators in space? Holmium processing. No, this will be crafted. The elevators will be crafted on the ground. Because those are the stuff that I'm crafting on the ground already. The cables, I'm gonna have to learn how that works. Read maybe. Space elevators. 2 anchor point structures, but the connection between them needs cables. Okay. Anchor on Novus, anchor at the anchor point. Give them a supercharger to work with. Every bit that these bots are sitting at will be replaced. No lollygagging. Okay, it's suggesting about 15 minutes. Probably not accurate. That'll give me 20 minutes. Mess with them. Placement must be placed Snapping. When a space elevator is placed, a construction site appears at the same coordinates on both surfaces. The construction is cancelled if it's not free on both. Click the GPS tag that appears to see the occupied area. Okay, that's easy. The elevator starts as 2 anchor points. Space elevators are needed to build the full thing. The cost is dependent on radius, which means it'll be fairly expensive on Novus. Less expensive on moons. Both ends can contribute to construction, which means I only need to supply on the ground. I won't need to supply any in space. It needs upkeep in cables. Each rolling stock that moves up or down also increases maintenance costs slightly. Higher gravity well means increased cost overall. Okay, there are stats in there. Wire connections. The elevator acts as a cross-surface power pole. Power and signal wires connected to the middle section of the elevator structure. Middle section, I'll have to look at that. Will be directly connected to the opposite side's structure. This connection requires the tether to be built in order to transfer. So you need it needs the space elevator cables added. The space elevator can be renamed. This changes the internal structure names for both ends. They each have an arrow suffix indicating up or down. Trains can use the elevator automatically if the internal elevator station is set as a destination. So you don't want to do it manually on a train. If the train gets stuck, there's an option in the space elevator to force the carriage forwards. Then it's going to have enough track. Energy. This is the complicated part. The space elevator has an energy buffer split between the 2 anchors. Energy is consumed from this buffer to go into orbit. Sending it down charges the buffer. I guess it's not complicated, it's impossible to know exactly how it works without seeing it. See how much is lost, how much is gained. The structure won't move a new train unless there's a minimum amount of energy. You can see how much energy sending a rolling stock up. You can see how much it will cost to send stuff up. Excuse me. That'll be kind of neat. 8 minutes, if it goes smoothly. In the meantime, I should probably blow up some more stuff. Oh, these are not set to auto-fire, which is why they're not auto-firing. This will be fun to watch for a bit. I don't know how wasteful it is on the auto-targeting. I assume it's more wasteful than manual fire. But it's also somewhat faster. Ooh. Unlucky. Cargo rocket crashed, which means now my bots have to deal with it. Just kind of annoying. I think my cargo rocket failures, like, yeah. There's only a 0.4% chance for it to fail, which I guess means it was about time for it to fail. That would be... $250 rockets. Seems believable that I fired 300 to 500. I knew this wouldn't maintain its speed. Why is this one being prioritized? I guess because it's closer and I just barely have enough energy science. Energy science is still bad because of significant data. Significant data is still bad because of material insights. Material insights still bad because of... I could just break that, but... Material insights are still bad because of Material Catalog 1, which is still bad because of plot thermodynamics. which is actually mostly because of the data cards now. Which is bad because the data cards are in the crashed rocket ship. Ah, yes, requester. Okay, pass the ladder instead. No, no, yeah, requester pulls from there. It'll do the same thing. Get rid of that. Whatever. Really wish I could do stuff like that in a more controlled manner. I don't have repair kits in orbit, do I? A pretty funny concern. I could ship them, but it's also pretty easy to just set this up. Restrict it based on repair kit. Enabled if less than 50. And then they can repair that whenever they need to. Okay, and of course, despite superchargers being here, they still use the plain old Roboport. Really wish they wouldn't. So helpful if they would prioritize these. But there's probably a logic to it. I bet I could test something. If I built a Roboport and then surrounded it with superchargers. They still charge at the Roboport. I was really hoping that they would pick whatever was closest to them. But they don't. They still pick the Roboport. That's really obnoxious. It's probably just a difficulty surrounding modding and whatnot, but it's just so unfortunate. Because I like having bots in an area. If it means that they don't charge, and instead line up to charge at slow Roboport, it's very frustrating. Well, this place hasn't been hit recently. Probably because the pollution here is not the worst. 12 minutes is fine. I just want to sit here doing nothing until I get the elevator, but I should try to think of what would be productive. I guess I should be crafting bearings. If I don't have bearings for it, then I can't make the elevator. Oh, can't do that. Bearings need lubricant. Goodbye. Bearings. That'll be fine. Okay, time to really replace some old garbage. I should fill. Yeah, that's the issue there. It all needs to be linked together still if I don't want to deal with it too much. Okay. The limit is there. I can replace all of these wires and make it look nicer. Let's hope I don't accidentally break something though. This one there. These cannot be upgraded. These beacons will not fit if they're larger. I could, however, remove them and move beacons to the outside, and that could make it faster. That one's still needed. I'll leave it there because it's cheaper. That power doesn't reach far enough. I guess this was an old train track from when I was building this. Wow. No idea how I missed that. Construction. Nope. Power. That's not what they're called. They're called small wood electric poles. And their other counterpart, small iron electric poles. Covered. Is the top covered? Yes. Let's make sure I've done it up here. Tidy it up. Okay, this coverage. Means I could make this less messy. Why is it so bad? Because it's old. Be very careful tidying this up though. That link is not needed. These are replaceable. Ooh, I can do bigger beacons at the top and cover the whole thing? Yes. Wonderful. That's not great. Let's put that. I should put it here. That has there. We're gonna take this one. And it'll be the last one missed, but that's not an issue. Easy improvement. Research died just before it finished. Still energy, which probably means it's still the rocket is the issue. rocks. If I have a chest full of rocks, this would all be grabbed already. Where is stone? I'm gonna dump all that manually. I'll need it eventually. Glass. Yep. That'll fill up before I get back with glass. Didn't good. No, fill the next one. Need it anyway. But I won't need a rocket necessarily. Please don't crash this time. Just fly in a controlled manner. Good. Really need more low density in steel. And speed modules. From 1 a second to like 5 a second, 4 a second, 3.4. Close. That will help with the expansion. Ooh, that's very flickery. Because the superchargers are on and off. No, it's a particle accelerator. That's kind of cool. Supplying the electron for the ion stream. The plasma stream's kind of undersupplying. Getting the ion stream needed for the electromagnetic, the atomic, and the entanglement. The entanglement's short on blank data. Yeah, the significant data is just kind of... Oh wait, yeah, significant data is also that I was waiting for an upgrade. Which won't help my current issue, but it'll go from 0.32 per second to 0.64, yeah, double. That'll be good. Okay, we're short on material, which is short on this, which is short on... Not the normal material catalog now, that's the broad. The broad material is short on the fact that it is crafting slowly. That's fine. Ooh, thermofluid. Come on. I replaced it, but it didn't swap it to replace it facing the correct direction, despite the fact that visually I couldn't. Whatever, it's fine. It didn't break anything, so it's fine. I am just short on material insights, which is a little unfortunate. Erosion resistance, glass. All the same materials that are the current issue. Because I could just flap in my ship to carry all the glass I want right now. I have no buffer for glass here. But I do have a buffer here. I can speed up the rocket departure a little bit. It is Still going right now. It's not currently dead, but it is 60 science away. Okay, but P4. I have the cables units. The bearings are hopefully crafting. I should have both of those. They're crafting down here in the random spot. I want more bearings than that. Very expensive though. That will get me... Which I only need one of these for both. No, I probably need two. I probably place one, it shows it on the top, and then I have to place the other. That makes sense. Then the cables themselves are cheap enough. Still a struggle. Still short on a lot of stuff. A lot of this should be greatly improved the next research tier, or once I have the ability to ship via trains. Any other actual important research currently available? The construction pylon exists. It's probably worth considering actually for my... This could probably lose those, put a construction pylon, and then I would be able to get it better. I'd be able to get this to take up less space. Or no, the construction pylon itself would do power as well. I don't know, it would fulfill... It would save space. This is short on solenoids. Solenoids are short on holmium. Holmium is short on... Just holmium? Am I draining it too fast? Yes, I'm draining it too fast because this died for a while. Right now, that looks fine. And the ship to ship it is currently not here. Where is the ship? Ah, it's about to deliver a batch. Okay. There are issues with the shipping design still, but some of this will be handled once I can go to space. Once I have space elevators, it will help. Ah, yeah. I do need superchargers up there. Just use the superchargers. Put one of these as far away as I can. Hope they don't continue to be silly. Guess the superchargers along this path will be necessary. This one might not be necessary as long as they charge at the previous one. Yeah, as long as I put them along the paths like this, it will help. Yeah, it's moving. Up there, these are going. 24 more science is all I need. But it died. Because I'll have energy 2, energy 1s. Probably for the same reason as before. Oh no, this one's actually because of chromium. A slightly better reason. And it's something that I can address once I have a fancy elevator. Elevator will help a lot. Then I can have an elevator on the other end, an elevator on this end. Well, I don't actually need the elevator on this end. It's an elevator to pick up the holmium and move it, and it can get it to the space orbit easily. I'm just gonna do this again. It's very wasteful. Drains a bunch of fuel every time. Oh yeah, I upgraded this. I actually could make this bigger. Get more chests on it. I'll wait till I do one more research till I have 500 integrity. Yes, this is fine. I'm crafting the holmium somewhere here. Seems like I got enough, which is good. I'm going to just add a couple extra. It's not the best way to do it. Will do for now. That's probably not necessary. This will be done soon. Back down I go. Science per minute is really not great. Really draining. Yeah, draining a ton of rocket fuel, just jumping up and down. Roboports are not needed. Not needed. Not needed. Really don't need those anymore either. Well, actually, I can't. There are scenarios where those could be usable. They're just so rare. A minute and a half. Gonna run into a new problem. That's easy. That'll take a little bit. I guess I could save some time. I could save some time and pick up some of the refined concrete and move it preemptively. It's 2,000 for 2 space elevators. Aeroframe poles are nearby. That's only enough for one. No, it isn't. It's half enough for one. It's a lot. Scrap that. What other garbage do I constantly have in my inventory? I don't need these chests anymore. I should have left them on another planet, which is why I picked them up originally, but I forgot. Oh, I do still need those. I never did travel to the planet that needed them. Keep the beacons with me, ditch the basic beacons. 25 seconds. And then I'm done. Barely gonna have it done within the time frame that I wanted it to be complete. 2, 1. That's counting down seconds. Now I can do elevator and the cables. Did I ever do the thruster suit? I don't think I did. I wanted to, but it was limited by the fact that it needs the material catalogs, which I could go pick up pretty easily. Yeah, dump these, which I should actually dump directly into there. Let's see, even more time. Yeah, 4. Bearings I can grab. Girders, I have no idea where they exist. How long of a craft is this? 0.08 per second. It is a 60-second craft. That will take a while. That is all just gonna take a while. I should steal some of those. Ooh, I'm very low on those. I do still need to build a train station for those. Girders are close to making 1. Where do I even craft girders? Are they over here? They should be in this area. I'd probably put it in a absolutely ridiculous location. Girder. I'm crafting them down there. That is a weird spot. I know I built it because that's where there was space, but that was a very weird choice. Boom. One of those. Excellent. Coal. I don't have a chest for coal. I'm not shocked. It's just one of those funny things. You just kind of don't need a chest for coal most of the time. But I just want to see where this lines up. Ooh, wow, that's huge. Okay. So, give me an open space. 1,132 needed. Now, where is this in space? View opposite end. Oh. That's a remarkably more practical place than I expected. I really didn't think it would be so convenient. I mean, it makes sense, because presumably this launches straight up. And, like, based on that, that's where I landed. That doesn't quite line up. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Okay, so this has a lot going on. That's the power connection. That is currently connected to power. This will need a ton of cables just to connect. It will consume 4 cables per minute. The cars passing through will be, close to negligible. It'll be like an additional 1 cable for a fluid-filled train. which is pretty meaningful, but 5 to 10 cables per minute at this sort of price. The girders are expensive, but honestly, the coal seems to be the hardest part right now. And I can probably build... I can improve it. Can I ride this without... No, it does have to be built. Good. I probably want a bigger requester chest, actually. Give me a large requester chest. This will call for cables. And then it will get built. Now this will drain cables for absolutely no purpose to start, but... It's in a good enough spot that, I mean, my material stuff is here, flowing through there would be good. And I guess I can start planning down that way for drain stuff. And figure out how to link it all together with everything else. But the elevator itself will take a little while to craft. The coal. I had a coal chest. Already, it didn't look like I did. I just don't... It's weird to not have enough coal at this point. It's just a weird extra small resource drain that I really wasn't expecting. I knew it had coal in the recipe, I just didn't expect it to matter. I'm gonna ruin the bot requests for a bit. Chromium cables are limited. Chromium plates are limited by the fact that I'm shipping via inefficient spaceship that's pretty slow. Yeah, that really is something that I should address. But not yet. That'll be next time. Tomorrow, I can continue here. I'll need to improve my coal, improve my holmium, but my holmium I want to improve with base elevators because it's more fun that way. Which... I only need to do one space elevator block, that does help. And that does mean I probably only want, like, 2. I'm really surprised that the cables seem like they will be the biggest issue to getting it up and running. Coal and holmium are the things I'll need to address, but got a space elevator. Can't do anything with it yet. But I achieved my target. I think tomorrow I can continue with setting up the space elevator. I don't think I'm going to do anything with the space elevator on Novus to start. It'll take a little while before it'll be useful. But I should try to get a system for space elevators on each planet, because I like the idea of shipping via spaceships. And I think it won't be terribly inefficient once I have ion, fuel, and 500 capacity. 500 capacity will allow me to carry 200, 300 units worth of chest, which I think is the equivalent of one of the big chests, which should be enough going back and forth. So, I will stop here for today. I will continue tomorrow at the same time. Have a nice night, day, etc. Bye-bye.